YouTube output, YouTube output, YouTube output, YouTube output. Please, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess okay. Fuck, okay, let me go to talking, and then, okay, let me go to, okay, can you fucking play? Can you fucking play? There we go, okay. Am I live? Am I live on YouTube? Am I live on YouTube? Did I fuck myself? Did I fuck myself? Am I live on YouTube? Did I fuck my... Okay. Can you load any fucking faster? I swear to fucking God. Going to become Amish. I swear. Oh God. I'm so upset. Okay. Come on. Come on! Can it load? Can it load? Any fucking... It is 2025. It is 2025. Why is it taking... Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Load. 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 Load so I can fucking see if I'm streaming. Load. 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 Please. Load. Load. I don't fucking care about highlight videos. Let me load the stream. Okay. 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 Jesus Christ. Okay, I am streaming on YouTube still. Okay. Okay, oh my God. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, can it, like, actually load, though? Because that would be rad if my laptop could work for once in its miserable life. If it could work, then I would love for that to work. Can you please fucking work? Let me select the fucking live chat. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. We are back. Oh my God. I feel like I need to take like a moment just to like calm back down because I got so fucking stressed. I just got so fucking stressed. Game. But then I closed the OBS instead. I closed the entirety of OBS instead! Oh my God. Okay. 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 Whew. Whew. Okay. You know what? No, I shouldn't do karaoke right now. I should. Okay. But let me continue. Let me continue. Let me go to gameplay. Let me pause the music. Pause the fucking music. And then let me open back up. Let me open back up Our Life Beginning and Always. Okay. Everything is fine. I love when everything is totally cool and fine and normal. And it is a totally cool and fine and normal stream. Totally. But fuckers. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. Jesus Christ. Okay. I am so sorry about that because that is entirely on me. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways. Oh my god, okay. Okay, now Twitch capture. Okay. Here we go. Continue. Considering, okay, wait. Load, okay. Load this file. My son lives here, and my ex, too. With a bent smile, she lifted a hand to point at the condo across the street from your own house. He was Cove's mom! Whew. You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner, but now that you've gotten a good look. A little lower. There we go. A little bit lower. There we go. Okay, there we go. Maybe a little bit. Okay, here we go. You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner, but now you got a good look at her. She felt so different to Cove. In the little time you'd been around her, she'd given off a totally different impression than Cove did. No matter your thoughts on her, you still felt a bit taken aback. Okay, wait. She extended a hand. I'm Kyra Priest. You can call me Kyra. You shook her hand. You reached out and took her hand, and she shook yours, firmly, grinning wide. I'm Pinky, but you already know that. That I do. Cove mentioned you to me before. It's nice to officially meet you, Pinky. Cove talked to you about his mom. He hadn't mentioned how he said things to you about... Jesus. Cove talked to you about his mom. He hadn't mentioned how he said things about you to her. What has Cove said about me? What are you doing here? Nice to meet you too. You kept quiet here. You kept quiet. Nice to meet you too. She smiled at you fondly, her eyes crinkling at the corners. The sound of a door opening and closing caught both of your attentions, and when you turned towards the sound, it was to find Cove exiting his house, his eyes skimming the ground. Considering how tall he had grown, you kind of figured his mom would have also been tall, but she was much more on the short side, for an adult anyways. Cove's height must have come from his father. There you are! I thought you were gonna keep me standing out here all day! You tried to catch Cove's eye as he walked towards you, but his gaze was firmly fixed on the sidewalk. When he finally crossed the road and looked up, he gave you a pitiful look. After the way he had acted last night, you knew he must be feeling pretty mixed up about this. You tried to wordlessly express that you understood. Cove and I are heading into town to grab something to eat while the snore is at work. Kyra beamed at Cove and ruffled his hair, which only seemed to upset him more. You assumed the snore she was talking about was Mr. Holden. So Priest must be her maiden name that she switched back to, or she never changed her name in the first place. Hey, you should come with us, Pinky! I'd love to get to know you better. Yeah, you should come. There was a pleading tone in his voice that you couldn't miss. Yeah, you should come. Of course we'll run it by your parents first. Responsibility and all that. He'll give me an excuse to meet them, which I need to do at some point. It's important to be neighborly if I'm gonna be roosting on this street for the time being. Hoosies, let's go! Kyra walked ahead and towards your house, and you hung back with Cove, who crinkled his nose as he watched her. I'm sorry about her, but I really do want you to come. I don't want it to be just the two of us. Not right now. You leaned in closer and whispered, while checking around for anyone who might hear. What happened? Did your dad know you were gone? Cove shook his head and sighed heavily. Dad was so focused on Mom showing up that he didn't even notice. I thought when I heard them on the phone last night it was something they were planning for the future. But this morning Dad said it was supposed to be a surprise, and I guess I was surprised. She's gonna be here all summer. Oh. You were surprised to hear that too. Cove sighed again, even heavier. I'll go with you, if you really want me to. He smiled, his shoulders relaxing a little in relief. Thanks. That'd be cool. The two of you headed over to where Cove's mom had just knocked on your front door and stood behind her. Mom answered the door after a minute, her eyebrows lifting in surprise at the group she found in front of her. You realized that, like you, she would have no idea that it was Cove's mom who was hanging with you. However, after blinking at the woman a couple of times and looking between her and Cove, the realization seemed to strike on her. Hello there. I'm Pamela. I see you've met my kid, Pinky, and I'm guessing you've already known Cove for a while. Kyra laughed, and you and Cove exchanged looks at your parents' weird sense of humor. I'm Kyra Priest. I'm Kyra Priest, Cove's mom. It's so nice to meet you. A head of purple-brown hair caught your eye as Ma popped up behind Mom, squeezing herself in beside her. We have company. I was wondering what all the commotion was. She grinned excitedly at Kyra. The two of them introduced themselves and shook hands. Hi, Pinky, Cove. Cove smiled at Ma shyly, and she gestured a hand towards the living room. Well, there's no use hanging around in the doorway. Why don't you come in? I'd love to, but I promised to take my son out to eat, and I wouldn't want to hold you up with a surprise visit. Cove grimaced and held back a groan. He likely took offense at how she didn't want to put them out with a surprise visit, but not him, apparently. Oh, I understand. You're welcome to stop by any time. Of course. I'll take you up on that offer when I can. Count on it. Would you mind too much if Pinky went with Cove and I? My treat. We won't be driving. Just a quick walk down the road. Sure, that sounds nice. Have fun. I hope you all have fun. You gave your moms a look and they smiled at you fondly. You were happy they were letting you go. You were annoyed that they just agreed like that. You were happy they were letting you go. You could tell that Cove really needed the support, and you were ready to be there for him. Marvelous! Expect us back in an hour or two. We look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Your parents waved goodbye to the three of you as you backed up onto the street. There was the sound of the front door closing behind you. I'm pretty positive I saw some restaurants while I was in the taxi, not too far from here. Yeah, it's a tourist town, isn't it? There's a lot of them around. Kyra put her hands on her hips and smiled at her son. Well, you sound like the area expert. Do you have any recommendations for a place nearby? Not really. Kyra pouted at him a little and turned to you instead. How about you, Pinky? Want to point me in the right direction? You shrugged. Not really. Sure, I have a couple favorites. You nodded. Sure, I have a couple favorites. You'd been to a lot of places in town, and there were a couple that stood out from the rest. There's a Chinese restaurant that me and my family go to all the time. It's my mom's favorite. There's also a tropical theme place that tries to be sort of fancy. Both sound like a treat. I'll leave you to pick for us, since Cove is going through a phase over there. He huffed at her, and he turned his face away. The Chinese restaurant, the tropical theme place, you insisted Cove contributed to this decision. You insisted Kyra decide. I'm gonna go to the tropical theme place. That sounds fun. Thank you, Pinky. Will you show us the way? You nodded, taking the lead of your little group as Cove and his mom followed behind you. Together, the three of you left the neighborhood behind. The walk was about 15 minutes, and along the way, Kyra asked a lot of questions about the area. Cove was quiet most of the time, so you ended up answering her instead. Kyra explained that she lived in a large city, and she loved how peaceful and relaxing everything seemed in Sunset Bird. The restaurant was busy as usual. Ooh, this place is cute! Look at all the flowers and the plants. This is nice! The restaurant was busy as usual, but luckily you were shown to a small table. Kyra lowered herself into the chair, while Cove picked one of the one diagonal to her, not facing her, or on her side. It was awkward. What the fuck happened between you and your son? What the fuck happened? Let's see. To start, what would you all like to drink? I'll get an orange soda. You should get the orange soda. It's amazing. Okay. What? And what would you ladies have? Orange soda, please. I'll have the strawberry soda. Dun, 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 dun. Me too. Strawberry soda, please. Noted. Pinky? Just water, soda, milk, juice, coffee. I'll also get a soda. Which flavor? You should get the orange soda. It's amazing. Okay. I'll have the strawberry soda. Grape soda. This is probably one of my more controversial opinions. I love grape soda. Grape soda is really good. I don't get it too often, but it's good. Sure. Kyra placed the order for your drinks, getting a black hot coffee for herself, and it didn't take long before they were brought to the table and set in front of you. You took a long sip of your drink as you looked around the restaurant. Your small group checked over the menus, deciding what to order. She's so pretty, and I love her tattoo. I'm assuming that's a tattoo, because there's no, string to indicate that it's a necklace. I'm assuming it's a tattoo. The last time you came here, the dish you ordered was amazing. You wanted to order something different this time. Can't relate. Cannot fucking relate. Unrelatable main character alert. I will get the same thing every single time. I've been getting the same thing at this diner that I've been going to since I was a kid. I have gotten the same thing since I was literally 9. And I will not change. Kyra and Cove didn't need any encouragement for this. They were totally focused on the information in front of them. Soon, the meals, too, were ordered and the menus taken away. You glanced at the table's surface, waiting to figure out what to say. Sure. Let's save. Yes. Because now I'm paranoid. Cove awkwardly sunk back further into his seat and crossed his arms, all while blatantly avoiding eye contact. The side wall must be real interesting to him right now. His sour feelings today were unignorable. Instead of asking more open questions he'd brush off, Kyra had mercy on her son and instead put her focus towards you. So, Pinky, what's a few things that you're into? There's gotta be something you do for fun, especially now that you're not buried in school assignments. Oh, Jesus! Holy options, Batman! My God! I like to read, I like to watch, games are fun, I like to play, I hang out with people, I go to the beach, and I'm really into Cove. Fashion, I still spend time studying, I write things, I spend time in art, music. I spend time in art. Drawing, painting, sculpting, I create digital views and galleries, and painting. I enjoy painting from time to time too, but I can't say I'm any good at it. Drawing, sculpting, and I like to, games are fun, I like to play board games, video games, card games, video games. I don't know much about them. Maybe you can show me sometime. I go to the beach and build sandcastles, swim, look for seashells, walk along the shore. I look for seashells. I keep the best ones I find for my collection. I'm sure it's an incredible collection. And I swim. You must be a strong swimmer, since you live so close to the ocean. I find the water a little scary, but I still like to dip my toes sometime. And walk along the shore. It's a nice way to relax. I hope I'll be able to spend some time on the shore while I'm here myself. And I'm really into Cove. Should I go for it? Should I say I'm really into Cove? I'm really into Cove. Kyra let us... Kyra? I'm gonna go with Kyra. Kyra let out a sudden laugh, and Cove gasped behind you. It was dramatic enough that he almost choked on his soda. You shrugged at the reaction. It was the truthful answer to the question. Pinky? Cove whispered at you disapprovingly, obscuring part of his face with a hand, but Kyra only waved him off and encouraged you to go on. Kyra. I'm gonna flip-flop. We spend some time together when we can. I like it. Well, we have something in common. Kyra smiled at Cove, who didn't seem to look too impressed by either of you at that moment. And you didn't say anything else. Thanks. I'm happy to learn more about you. There's so much I hadn't heard. Cove leaves the details out. So what exactly did Cove say about me? Kira laughed, holding a hand in front of her mouth. I can't tell you that. I didn't come all the way just to embarrass my son. Too much. Kids are delicate at this age. She laughed again, and you glanced at Cove to see his reaction. He cringed, looking very much like he would like to be anywhere else but here. Hoping that it would clear some of the tension in the air, you decided to ask Kira a few questions of your own. Cove hadn't told you much about her, but you were curious to know more about this woman who was such a big part of his life. What exactly do you do for work? I'm a travel writer for magazines and things. I keep people in the loop about what's worth seeing. It's good work. Wow. What do you like to do? Where do you live normally? Are you in a new relationship now? Why did you... I'm very tempted. Because I really want to know. I really fucking want to know what happened! Why did you miss her holding it divorced? Oh, nudged you in the arm when you looked at him. He seemed furious. Oh no! Oh, I think we're fucking it up with Cove, brushed off. That's grown-up stuff. You should enjoy your youth while you can, without having to worry about all that. Oh no, oh, we fucked up. Cove sipped his soda angrily, slurping up the remaining drink with furrowed brows. He looked ready to run straight out of the restaurant. You weren't sure if coming along had ended up making lunch better or worse. You made a silly face at him. You smiled at him. You gave him a sympathetic look. You flicked his straw wrapper at him. You left him alone. You smiled at him. Cove eventually noticed you watching him. It was subtle, but you swore you could see the hint of a smile tilting at the corner of his lips. Aww. You two seem really cute together. Cove covered his face with his hands and leaned back in his seat. Ugh, Mom, why would you say that? You felt bothered too. You blushed. Thanks, we are cute. You just laughed. You blushed. The way she said that had embarrassed you. You weren't prepared to have Cove's own mother describe the normal interactions the two of you had as cute. Your meals were delivered shortly after that, and everything was so delicious. Even Cove enjoyed his food. Okay. All right, now that we're all full and content, can you please explain why you've... All right, now that we're all full and content, can you explain please why you've had a bug up your butt all day? Cove's face instantly returned to its scrunched form. Seriously, baby, what did Mom do to make you this mad? Haven't even been around a full day yet. He gripped at the edge of the table, refusing to make eye contact. The words he spoke were barely audible over the din of the restaurant. You could have told me. She leaned forward to not miss anything else, eyebrows raised. Told you what? He finally seemed to find his voice and spoke the thoughts that had been on his mind. That I wasn't going to visit you this year. That you were going to be coming instead. Didn't you invite me? You wanted me here with you? Cove's eyes began to shake, and his frustration ebbed. I do want you to be around, but I didn't know it'd be like this. It's not the same, and nobody said anything. I see. Her expression grew tense. She threaded her fingers together and placed her hands in front of her on the table. What the fuck does that mean? We've been gifted another Clifford surprise. What? Referring to that as a Clifford surprise almost caused both you and Cove to crack a smile. You also had no idea his full name wasn't just Cliff. Oh, wait, Cliff is the dad. Cliff is the dad, isn't he? Okay. Over 5 years, nobody had ever called him Clifford until now. She smoothed her hair out, not letting go of her stern look. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Excuse me. Someone's honking outside. They let out identical sighs, but smiled weakly at one another afterwards. Okay, so it seems that his dad is the irresponsible one who just straight up forgot to fucking tell him. Which tracks for his dad. I can go home, Cove. We can still set up a normal trip to my place before the summer ends. Cove's lips tightly closed together. He seriously pondered the option. I think I do want you to stay. I miss it when you're not there. My heart! She reached across the gap, grabbed his face, and planted a kiss on his cheek. Cove tried to wriggle away. Mom, stop! I'm sorry. Sweet young men What the... What the fuck? Don't refer to him as a sweet young man. I'm sorry. Sweet young men need to be smooched by their parents. If I don't, they'll take away my mom license. Kira was completely enthused by Cove's admission, though a tone of seriousness did return to her voice when the conversation continued. Do you want to talk to your dad, too? No. Cove had snapped the word instantly, but he reeled his annoyance back just as quickly. Maybe later, not today. I understand. We can shelve it. Thanks, Mom. Well, thank you for talking to me, little mister. She grinned affectionately at him before turning your way. And thank you, Pinky. Huh? What did I do? Well, it's easy to act like a baby with your mom. It's harder to keep that up with your neighbor watching everything. Especially when you care about what the said neighbor really thinks of you. She winked. Mom! She just ruffled his hair with a laugh and then moved her hand down to tap on the end of his nose. And that was how the issue was resolved, at least between Cove and his mom. When the three of you left the restaurant and Kira had paid the bill, you walked back to your neighborhood slowly. You had eaten so much by the time you were beginning... You had eaten so much by that time, you were beginning to feel sleepy. It didn't help that lunch had happened late and the sun was already beginning to descend from the sky. Oh shit, his hair's long now. But eventually you reached your street. Oh my god, does he have... I think those are palm trees, but my mind instantly went to... He has weed shorts. I like to smoke that dank. It's legal in Sunset Bird. But eventually you reach your street. Someone was there to greet you on your arrival. Welcome back, family! And Pinky too! Cliff? Dad? The two walked past him into the condo without sparing another word. Despite the summer heat, their shoulders were cold. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. He rubbed the back of his neck with a crooked smile, but his eyes were soft as he looked on after them. He's so much like his mom, don't you think? You gave a vague nod, not sure what he was expecting you to do. He nodded back, far more energetically. Okay, have a nice night, Pinky. You too, Mr. Holden. With that, Cove's dad disappeared to join the others inside. It was your turn to go home now. Summer hadn't started off at all how you imagined it would have, though it turned out to set the tone well. Having Kira in the neighborhood was a new experience, not only for you and Cove, but also both of your families, and a dull moment was rarely had. Yes, it's time for the memories! Okay, let's go ahead and save. Right there. Alright. Wave. So yeah, we got wave, growing, family, dinner, and road trip. Nice! And then we've got the DLC, which we don't have, so... Okay, wave. The family shopping trip had lasted most of the morning, and you still had to unload everything from the trunk before you could go enjoy the afternoon. You cradled another bag in your arms as you headed towards your house. It was one of the heavier bags from the grocery store load, loaded with fresh apples, ripe tomatoes, a bunch of carrots, and even half a watermelon. Ma came out of the front door and paused just ahead of you. Need any help with that, Pinky? I can bring it the rest of the way if you want me to. Yes, please, it would be helpful. Yes, please, it was just too heavy. No, I've got it. You were doing fine. No, I've got it. You could just manage to hold it. You eagerly agreed with a nod of your head. You needed someone else to take it. You didn't say anything. You could finish the job yourself, no problem. Yes, please, it was just too heavy. Ma stepped forward to take the bag from your arm, and you headed back to the car to grab a new one. This time you got a smaller bag with a loaf of fresh bread and a couple of packets of dried pasta spirals. You passed Ma again on your way back to the house, and she gave you an encouraging grin and rustled her fingers through your pink hair. Our hair is pink. You set the next bag on the counter. Your older sister began to root around inside for the contents with a sigh. How much is left? Still a few more bags. With a huff and puff, Elizabeth continued putting away the groceries, and you retreated out of the kitchen before you could become the target of her bad mood. Be careful, Pinky! You hadn't been looking where you were going and bumped right into Mom, almost stepping on her toes to boot. Sorry. I can give you a pass this time, but be sure to watch where you're going. If you run into the wrong person, you might get your license revoked. She grinned at the bad joke as you continued through the door. Outside, Ma had started organizing what remained and putting back any loose objects that had fallen out during the trip. When you stepped up to the trunk beside her, she took in a big breath of air, her dress gently swaying around in the breeze. It's such a shame we had to spend the morning cooped up in that shopping center. It's a beautiful day, don't you think? You tilted your head to the sky, gazing at the clear blue expanse. Yeah, it is. Days like this are my favorite. It's too hot. I wish it was raining. I like it when it's stormy the best. Yeah, it is. You closed your eyes and enjoyed the way the sun warmed your face for a few moments before turning back to help Ma with the groceries. Oh, hi, Cove! You noticed Mom wave over at Cove, who had just exited his front door, his surfboard propped up under one arm. Of course he's a surfer. Let me see. Surfboard and wetsuit. Where might you be off to on this beautiful day? Cove flinched at being called to so suddenly. He hadn't realized there were people out here already, but he quickly recovered. Cove stayed on his side of the driveway, giving a small wave in greeting. After a moment or two of deliberation, he jogged over to properly say hello to you and your moms. Hello, honey. Hi, Cove. He adjusted the surfboard under his arm a little, getting a better grip on it. Hey, if you want to go to the beach, we could hang out there later. Sure, I'll meet you there when we're done. Oh yeah, I could do that. Alright, I can't this time. Sure, I'll meet you there when we're done. Cool. I'll see you, Pinky. Yeah. You watched as Cove headed off towards the beach, unable to hide your grin, knowing that you'd be joining him soon. Once everything had finally been taken in and put away, you got yourself ready to meet Cove at the beach. You had a surfboard in your room that you wanted to take with you. Your family had a surfboard around here somewhere. You weren't sure what you were going to do. He was surfing and you didn't know how. Your family had a surfboard around here somewhere. How about? Can I take your board to the beach? Sure, it's in the garage. Just remember to keep the leash when you're in the water. After finding the board in the back of the garage and getting everything ready, you headed down to the beach.
Have fun.
Have fun, honey. Stay safe. When you arrived at the shore, you were greeted by the crash of waves and the soft calls of seagulls. You took in a lungful of the ocean air and felt your peachy skin warm in the sun. You noticed a small setup nearby with a towel, some sunscreen, and a bottle of water. It must be Cove's. You spotted Cove himself nearby. He hadn't gone out to sea yet. He was just sitting in the sand at the water's edge, his board propped up beside him. You strolled up beside him. Hey, I'm here. Pinky. He looked up with a smile and quickly hopped to his feet. I was gonna go out in on my own soon. It kinda seemed like you weren't coming. I wouldn't have missed it. Sorry you had to wait. And stay inside all day? I don't think so. Sorry you had to wait. You don't have to say that. It's okay. And then he cast his eyes out towards the waves. Cove, I'm not that good at surfing. I borrowed the board, but I don't know how to surf. I'm ready to get in there. Will you give me some tips? I borrowed this board, but I don't know how to surf. You dragged a toe through the sand. You may have had a board to borrow, but you were totally inexperienced actually using it. I guess that makes sense. I've never seen you with one before. He laughed a bit, and you felt no less embarrassed. We don't have to go out, you know. We can stay on shore. Or, if you want, I could teach you? Oh, could you teach me, Cove? Could you teach me how to surf? You would rather watch Cove surf? You accepted the offer to hang out on the beach? You wanted to try surfing. I want to try surfing. I'll do it. Let's surf. Oh, let me adjust that position. I might need to pee soon. Cool. You held your ma's board tight. It was settled. Okay, by soon I mean now. I need to pee now. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. We are back. Let's continue. You can hear me, right? Yes, you can. Okay, let's continue. You paddled out to the sea where the good waves were. The water was cool against your skin. Just again.
Nice.
Oh, you look so cute! Not too calm, but nothing crazy. Looks perfect out today. He smiled at you, and you couldn't help but smile back. You felt totally content. Let's turn this down a little bit. There we go. That should be good. That should be good. There we go. Until Cove kicked the water a little too hard and inadvertently splashed you. Hey!
Sorry.
Did that hit you? Sorry. A little louder. I just want to make sure that it's not louder than my audio, my mic audio, that you can still hear me. You could tell he really did feel bad that you had gotten caught in his crossfire. You splashed him back, you let it go. You splashed him back. You laughed but waited for an opening for revenge. The second he looked away, you kicked back, spraying him.
Seriously?
Is that any way to treat someone trying to help? I came out here to teach you. And I was just following your example. Cove tried to keep a straight face, but ended up looking away. The water you flicked at him landed in shiny droplets in his hair. Then here's another lesson. He soaked you deliberately this time. He used his full leg and an impressive curtain of water to hit you in the face. You lost your balance and scrambled to keep a hold of the board. You just managed to stay on, but it was close. Cove winced. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm fine, but we should do the real teaching. Yeah. He chuckled awkwardly and shook some water out of his ear. With that, Cove started telling you all about the tips and tricks of how to stay on a surfboard. He demonstrated both good and bad posture and explained where you needed to put your weight. Like this? You wiggled your body so that you were more in the center of your board. Cove nodded. Yep, just like that. The little lesson continued, and things clicked with you quickly. It had to go slowly, but you got it. You kind of struggled. It was disastrous. Realistically, it had to go slowly, but you got it. I feel like I want to get it. Realistically, I probably wouldn't get it, but I want to get it. Cove did his best to guide you through the process, and by the end you felt like you had picked up the basics of surfing. Since you'd spent so much time working on balance in stable water, you wondered when you'd actually get to catch some waves. You brought it up to Cove and he nodded. If you think you're ready, go for it. You'll do great. All right. With that, you graduated from Cove's class and the two of you were able to surf together more casually, even if he was still better at it. What an afternoon. The setting sun was visible on the horizon. Every time you would look away, it had sunk a little lower. The beach was darkening, but still pleasantly warm. You knew you should get out of the water before it was completely dark in the sea. You rode one last wave to get back to the beach. There, you picked up your surfboard and gave it a quick once-over. Cove followed behind you to the shore. He put his board with his other things and grabbed his towel to start drying off. As he ruffled his hair with the towel, you watched the sunset together. The colors were beautiful in the distance, and the shadows around you deepened. There was no need for words between you two, as you both enjoyed the sight for a moment. Cove broke the silence. The waves were good today, I think. Yeah, totally. I guess. Perfect for surfing. Did you really think so? Perfect for surfing. He nodded mildly. You chatted a little more until the conversation truly died out, and all you heard was the rhythmic sound of waves. Then Cove sighed. The day can't be over. Not yet. He scowled into the distance as if the sun exiting the sky was a personal offense. Don't you think it should be longer? Yeah, it felt long enough to me. Only a shrug could express your feelings on the matter. Yeah. Cove stood up, straight in defiance of the approaching darkness. I'm not gonna go home yet. I want to go somewhere. I don't know. Cove was still dripping in salt water, so you weren't sure what the alternative was. Wetsuits were fine for the beach, and not much else. It wasn't a good idea for him to lug his surfboard around town either. You'll be real cute in that wetsuit wherever you go. Well, I need to call it a night. Yeah, I want to do something too. We'll sure be welcome anywhere soaking wet like this. Yeah, I want to do something too. Cove nodded with a smile. Then he looked down the shore with wide, shining eyes. There's at least one place that's always okay to hang out in, no matter what time it is. Park. You nodded. Park was virtually always empty. Even Elizabeth only went over there nowadays if she was looking for you. Hello? Why is it loading like that? Hello? Hello? Oh god, is it frozen again? Please don't freeze again. God damn it. Please don't freeze again. God damn it, please. Please. Oh god, okay. Oh god, okay. Okay, are we gonna need to close it again? Come on, I just want to play the game. Okay, shit, okay, task manager, let's not fucking end OBS this time. Okay, make sure it's our life that's selected, and then end the task. Okay. Task got ended. There we go. Okay. Okay, now let's open it up again. So sorry about this. The universe really doesn't want me to play this game, does it? Here, one way I can check the YouTube chat. See if there's anybody. Okay, there's nobody, but that's okay. Okay. Open, please. Open, please. I'm gonna be honest, if it freezes one more time, I'm probably just gonna end the stream because this is becoming a pain. This is becoming a chore, and I don't want it to. I want to have fun and voice act, but hmm. Okay, let's load. Okay, let's continue. Okay.
Careful.
Careful, Pinky.
It's a shame.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay. You know what? I think I might just. This has been a fucking disaster. I am sorry, everyone. Um, but, um, yes, quit. Yes, quit. Okay, can you actually quit? Yes, I know it's not responding. I fucking quit the game. Our life not responding. Yes, I know it's not responding. That's why I hit X to quit the game. Just exit the program. Why is it? Just exit. Just close it. Just close it. Just close it right now. I know it's not responding. Let it close. Let it close. Let it close. Just close the game. Just close the game. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Whew. I am so sorry about that. I'm so sorry that I'm gonna be ending the stream early. I just, oh my god, that was just one thing after another. Laptop is not the move. It is not. It was just, and then it froze on us twice, and then we had to, and then it stopped streaming, and then that was a real scuffed stream. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the scuffed short stream, but exciting tomorrow. Where am I from? Am I sitting on my phone? No, I'm not sitting on my phone. Where's my phone? Are you sitting on my phone? You were sitting on my phone. The cat was sitting on my phone. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm really sorry that it was a short stream and that there were so many technical difficulties and that everything got so scuffed. I might not continue this game. I might try and find a different visual novel to start that I can start on my computer, on my PC from the get-go. But tomorrow I will be streaming Stardew Valley. Exciting, exciting. And also 420, so I will be fucking blasted probably. And I'll probably take some hits on stream, so if that's something that you're not comfortable with, maybe don't come to the stream tomorrow, but if that's something you are comfortable with, or if you want to come and celebrate 420 along with me, then feel free to come by and hang out while I play some Stardew Valley, and you know, we can smoke together and have some fun. But yeah, so other than that, let me see. Follow me on Blue Sky. Make sure to follow me on Twitch if you like what you see, or if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, or go to Twitch and follow me, whichever. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow at probably 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I just Googled it about the fact that we're in Central Daylight Time now. It's not Central Standard Time because we're in Central Daylight Time. But anyways, I'm rambling so much. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, feel free to come in and check out my streams. I stream on both, I stream on both YouTube and Twitch concurrently. If you want to support me, you can, my Ko-fi link is right down at the bottom there, or I have a tip jar that is in my Twitch about, or I also have a throne wish list, which is in my Twitch about, and also in my link tree. All of those links are on my link tree, which is linked in my Twitch bio and in my YouTube bio. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for 420. Bye!